Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Invasion Nation Morning Show, hosted by yours truly, Redneck. Also brought to you by Mill Pond Salon in scenic downtown New London, Romaine Berg out of Minneapolis, KJ's Quick Stop and Iams Garage out of Candy, Ohio, Minnesota. Good morning, everybody. What is happening? Chad, Ruger Wife, Penny LaRue, Chrysla, good morning. Boss Lady, good morning. Muskie Fisher, Krippner, Jerry, good morning. Clinton, good morning. Vapor, good morning. Good to see you. Shelly Bean, good morning. Who am I missing here? I think I got everybody so far. Anyways, good morning. I'm doing good. Overslept yesterday. My sleep schedule is still kind of funky. So, trying to still get adjusted after all that running. Sometimes, like yesterday morning, I got up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Couldn't go back to sleep right away. Then I went back to sleep and slept till 9. Imagine that. Um, mm-hmm. Damn. So, yeah. I've done, FYI, I am not leaving now. I just wanted to wish everyone a great and safe weekend. I won't be on tomorrow. Yeah, I think we're going out of town this weekend. We're going to go down and hang out with my in laws. We were going to drive the RV down, but then, my in laws will have plenty of room in their trailers, so we're going to go stay down there. What is today? Today's Thursday, isn't it? Today is Thursday. Jody, good morning. Good to see you. Gus, good morning. Good to see you. Matt, good morning. Good to see you. Taco Thursday. Work phone call already. I know. I think Lolly's pretty tired. She came back from North Dakota last night, so I think she's still out cold in bed. Oh, you guys are with me. I'm trying to figure some stuff out here. See, this is the thing. This it's always a mileage crunch, but what I'm doing is I was talking to Matt Ram yesterday on the phone. And he said something kind of interesting, and I brought it up to Lolly, and She's like, he's probably right. With what I would save in fuel by going to a different vehicle, I could probably keep my truck and that other vehicle. So I'm just doing the math on everything right now. See, this is what it comes down to is when you're doing it is doing the math. Doing it wrong. All right. Yeah. What are we doing here? Well, I have to go for a little bit, try to linger. I'll not be able to watch tomorrow, so have a great weekend. Yes, sir. You are going to Spooner, Wisconsin. You have a great time. Okay. So here's the deal. Right now, I'm averaging about 27 gallons of fuel, is what I'm going through. Okay. Times. Mm-hmm. A day. That's what I'm going through a day. 27 gallons of fuel a day. Um, where I think in the Transit Connect van, I would go through about 14.5. So, the savings almost $490 a month. Yeah. So that's about, yeah, it's about, I can send it. Yeah, I'll be, you have to bear with me down there. I don't know how this phone's going to work down there. I know, my Verizon phone's never worked worth this shit down there. So, estimated. All right. We can do this on here. So, show you guys what I'm looking at here. Let me go over here. We go here. And then we go here. And then and then here. So they've got this, right? This is a, trying to look at this, 27 highway. Frozen white. And interior color is ebony, frozen white, Plazo gray. What the fuck? Jody! Jody! Jody!
You suck dicks!
We're trying to work here. We're trying to get some work done around here. We're doing some research and abilities and squirblins and scribblins and squabblins and yeah. They do have one in silver. Well, that's only an XL. These are XLTs. Gonna get it once about $1,500 cheaper. Why? Must be the interior color. I don't know. I don't know. Asshole. Yeah, so what we're doing is this is kind of where I'm leaning towards, and you know, I like to do hard math just to make sure. Mm-hmm. So I was right the first time. According to this and fuel mileage, I would go from around 27 miles or 27 gallons to 14.5 gallons. What is the fuel capacity of one of these things? That's also another big thing for me. Oh, it's even got an engine block heater. Woo! The maintenance is definitely cheaper. I go from using 4 quarts oil or 6. I go from using 7 quarts of oil to 4 quarts of oil. So that saves me right there. All right. Oh, it's even got hill start assist. Ooh, pre-collision assist. You see this? This is what This is what you have to do. Thank you, by the way. Outlaw Scrapper, good morning. Good to see you, brother. J Joe, good morning. This is this is what it takes to do it in my line of work, and this is like a constant for me. Okay, so this has got a 15.8 gallon tank, and it says I'm going to go through 14.5. Um, which honestly, I'm probably going to get better at what the window sticker says at 27 on the highway. I usually always do. Um, my Kia, I think, said 27, and I got 32 out of that. So, yeah. So, Sync 3, remote keyless entry, rear view camera, pre collision assist. Look there. Ford Pass Connect. 4G Wi Fi. If that sucker works, you guys could be watching me all day, every day on the road. Hill Start Assist. $13 gallons of fuel less a day. $31.85 at current gas prices, I think. Uh oh, I don't. I won't be in a big truck anymore, so I won't be able to get too close to people. Um, there's nothing really intimidating about this. But that's kind of where I'm leaning towards here. Ideally, I think this thing is just in fuel alone. It's $637 a month. I would save on that end. Um, yeah, it's almost $700 a month I actually save on this. Just going that route. Pretty close to 1,000 overall if you figure out tires, because tires are definitely gonna be a hell of a lot cheaper. They're about $1,200 for my truck. Oh yeah, yeah. So make what do we got going on here? Early braking. Uh, it's the screams. Uh, damn. Yeah, it's exactly what your dad drives. Right. It's exactly what your dad drives. They're. I keep looking at them, and I'm like, as much as I like driving my truck, it's like, yeah. Well, it seems small, but the thing is the capacity in which and what I do and able to load things in and out of there and stack things up. Yeah. So that and burning half the fuel I'm burning now. See, I have other trucks. I'm not worried about having a pickup truck. Plus, Lolly has a Suburban, so that part I'm not worried about. And I used to drive smaller vehicles for doing this route all the time. Um, oh, boss lady in here. She gonna get down to nitty gritty. That's kind of where I need to do some stuff. Here's have you guys been hearing? You guys probably been hearing. Did you guys hear Spike Lee's interview on CNN calling Donald Trump a racist? I mean, this guy's as far off on history and current events as yeah. You get a chance, look it up. Look up Spike Lee's interview on CNN. You want to talk about some bullshit? Oh man, yeah. It's he's working on this thing called the 1619 project, and of course he says that he likes to call it the genocide of black slaves and the genocide of Native Americans is how he refers to everything in history. Now, understand this. Genocide means this. Genocide means the complete extinction of another race, religion, or group of people. The only ones in history that can claim that in more than one occasion, the only ones who could truly claim that in more than one occasion would be uh, uh, Jewish people. The Jewish people have been targeted for mass genocide in more than once in history. So, yeah. And the thing is he says, well, they came over here and performed genocide on the Native Americans. Well, that was never the case. Um, you know, it, I want to point some things out. Now, people talk about how we stole this land for Native Americans and this and that. Now, let's understand something. They were fighting against each other. We came over here. They in 1619, I think it was. We brought. Uh, we brought over mass diseases, diseases that Native Americans never been exposed to. I am in mass genocide in Africa. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. SNC, good morning. So we brought over diseases that they'd never been exposed to. They got sick. A lot of Native Americans died. But now think about this. I want you guys to think about this in hindsight. Okay, we come over here. Christopher Columbus lands on Plymouth Rock. Um, makes friends with some Native Americans who were warring with another tribe, by the way, over territory. Warring with other tribes over territory. All of a sudden, Christopher Columbus and his crew comes over and they got guns. Here's the thing. Now, these guys are Christopher Columbus's friends, the Pilgrims' friends, whatever. And all of a sudden, this other tribe comes in to try and kill them all. What do you think's going to happen? Now, mind you, let's not forget the fact that all tribes back then, it didn't matter what part of the world you were in, they were enslaving people. If you lost in war, it isn't like now where you were a prisoner of war and then when the war was over, you got let back. Okay? Let's remember this. Uh, in those times when you lost to a war, you became a slave. That's exactly what happened. So now Christopher Columbus gets the rap of being a slave driver or being a slave owner and a slave trader and things of that nature. That was the part, I don't want to downplay it. I don't want to downplay it like slavery is like this normal, okay thing. It is not okay. It is not okay at all. It's not okay by any means. But this was the times. This is what happened in the times. And what I hate is the fact that people push this shit off and people continuing to do this stuff like it is not a big deal. I hate the fact that people try to push this off like this was something that had never been done. Back in this time and prior, yes, even in the Viking time, you lost a battle, you were enslaved. Your women became sex slaves. You became labor slaves if they didn't kill you. Oftentimes they killed all the men because they didn't want the men rising up. $120 of hay cut this morning. Damn. What are you guys on? Third cut right now? But, this was the way of the world back then. This is what I don't understand. But yet then all of a sudden Christopher Columbus, fourth. Damn. You guys are doing better than a lot of other farmers that I've talked to. Boss lady says they better, but you got to understand, back in those times, for a woman, in order to survive, that's what you did, is you became a slave. Ah. On average, how many cut it? It all depends on the season. I mean, I've seen some land go five. One guy irrigated land that I worked for 2 years ago. He got 6 cuts out of his, but you're talking drain tile, irrigation, and that was his main crop, is producing hay. Most farmers right now this year, I think, got 3. Uh, so but you got to understand our mentality now. All right, Junebug, I appreciate you. Come on with it.
Making them dirt road dollars, way out yonder, having them holler.
So our mentality, now and our mentality then. I mean, back then they always believed that their tribe was going to rise up, become save them, which oftentimes did happen. Yes, Advance Auto is closing its doors. Advance Auto Parts is dicking over a ton of people. They closed their St. Cloud location, they closed their Hutchinson location, and their Wilmer location. And for everybody who bought lifetime warranty parts, the only place you're going to have to go, as far as I know, is close to here is Cold Springs. Or unless you find a CarQuest. From what I understand, they close them every 5 years. Believe you me, I'm not happy because I got no pre-warning to this either. I found out when everybody else found out. Yeah, total bullshit. They did say you can warranty your parts online, but it's like, well, that's nice. The reason I got this shit at Advance Auto Parts because it's a 10-minute drive for me. So I'm gonna go down and talk to the guys at O'Reilly's and see if I can't set up a Redneck Invasion discount over there. Right, you can't be stuck in the past. You only learn from history, and that's the thing. The thing is when history is being projected, which Spike Lee does, Spike Lee and CNN and all these guys, they project history in the wrong way. And this started out with them saying that Donald Trump is bringing racism all the way out to the forefront, this and that. And I don't believe that. I believe that white supremacy got a bigger hold or got more popular with the Black Lives Matters movement. That's what I believe. I believe that this the white nationalists, the neo Nazis. Now, mind you, in two separate press conferences, Donald Trump called him out. Obama never called out Black Lives Matters. And I don't believe he ever called out the white nationalists or white supremacists. In the Obama administration, you could definitely see that they understood that a country divided is easier to conquer. The people divided are easier to control, and they are. When we're all fighting against each other based on our beliefs or our religions, I mean, look at now. Look at now. Look at the people on the left. They don't even want to talk to you. Oh, you support Donald Trump? Don't talk to me. Because they spew their rhetoric, and when you ask them common sense questions, they don't want to talk to you. They don't. Kat ended up getting a different job. She was sworn to silence. She wanted to tell me the day that she's the one who called me, the day that they told everybody else. She knew a week prior. That's all she knew. She knew a week prior. She called me, and as soon as they released the information to everybody, she called me and let me know what the hell was going on. So, damn, y'all are gonna be. I've been looking at a lot of the fields. You get out by Melrose and all those places. I've been noticing a lot of fields up my route are starting to change color already. They're starting to brown out already. A lot of the, like I said, Cat knew a week prior to everybody else. Other than that, nobody else knew. All the other guys I know that work in advance, nobody knew it was coming. Yeah. Justin, good morning. 5,500 acres of corn to chop. But here's what I don't understand. Okay, here's what I don't understand. We're going to teach people about history, but we're not going to teach them correctly. We're going to teach them from our point of view. We're not going to teach them, you know, we're not going to teach them as far as what the truth is in history. We're not going to teach them as far as what actually happened, considering the times. We're not going to teach them any of that stuff. We're going to make white people look like they're the reason the whole entire world. Here's my favorite. Spike Lee. Spike Lee says that slavery is responsible for America being what it is today. That America was built on the backs of slaves. Now, I want to point something out. And hashtag Steven Crowder on this because I learned this on Louder with Crowder. I want you guys to know something. When he pointed it out, the South was so technologically behind the North because, let's face it this way, people who create things, people who want to make things faster, make things better, do whatever. Okay, let's talk about that. Let's say if you were enslaved and you're getting beaten and you're basically treated like shit, are you going to want to help the person you're working for do better? Are you going to want to help them make more money? Are you going to come up with ingenious ideas to do the job faster? Well, no, fuck no, because they're going to brain fart. I mean, seriously, think about it. If you were forced to work somewhere and then you figure out, got to get going, get that pipe in the ground to drain the water away from those. Go. Have a good day, all. All right, brother. You be easy. Have a great weekend. I should be on tomorrow, but I can't guarantee it. So, I mean, think about it. If you're forced to work somewhere, if you were enslaved to work somewhere, are you going to come up with an idea to make your slave owners more money to where you have to do more work? No. In the North, where slavery had been abolished, in the North, you could see technological advances in factories. You'd seen a lot of ideas. I think the South was credited with one major idea, and that was the cotton gin. Other than that, I don't think anything during the time of the Civil War prior to the South was really known for much anything else. The North was creating new weaponry, new guns. The North was creating different types of industry, things like that, because people were just, I mean, you had slaves with ideas who were going up north, and they're like, well, we had this idea. We had this idea. And that's what they were doing. It was crazy. It was insane. Like the Pinkertons. I don't know if any of y'all ever heard the story of the Pinkertons. But, yeah. People in the South were generally considered lazy and stupid by the North and were not treated fairly in commerce, hence the Civil War. Yeah. That's actually true. So we are up on a coffee break. So everybody go get your coffee. We will come back. And I got an idea. So I did a paper on the Pinkertons in high school. Yeah, I mean, there is so much stuff that happened in that time. I mean, literally, if we did actual history research for that time and actually told the history as it was for truth, yeah, there'd be a ton of stuff. Get your coffee break emojis up there if you got them. Get them up there. Yep. Vapor, I have faith in you. You'll be back. You'll be back.
yeah!
Some call me a sinner for the things I've done. Born with a heart of stone, fast with a gun. I'm here to get mine, then I'll leave this town. If you're standing in my way, I'll cut you down. You can't tame me. Some call me a sinner for the things I've done. Born with a heart of stone, fast with a gun. I'm here to get mine, then I'll leave this town. If you're standing in my way, I'll cut you down. You can't tame me. Some call me a sinner for the things I've done. Born with a heart of stone, fast with a gun. I'm here to get mine, then I'll leave this town. If you're
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Invasion Nation morning show, brought to you by yours truly, Redneck. Also brought to you by Mill Pond Salon, Romaine Berg, and KJ's Quick Stop, and Iams Garage. Guys, don't forget to check out the redneckinvasion.org store. Get your new Trump t-shirt on redneckinvasion.org. Send all your Trump support friends over there to get their new Trump shirt. Got them all the way up to a 5X in a variety of colors. Also, don't forget to, we got the new Keep 'em Cold, Keep the Bottoms Up shirts over there. Okay, Justin, I will check it out after the show.
Your grill should be.
Yeah. Bubba, what's shaking? Good morning. Met Carl Mulder at a wedding last Saturday. I just got to say, I wasn't impressed with his attitude or his personality. And in general, I think there must be a reason his wife left him. He was very rude. Nice. Travel buddy, what is happening? So, yeah. Okay, Bubba. Bubba in for the 6-month ride. Can you believe it's been 6 months we've been doing this already? 6 months. Yep. Been 6 months already. That's insane. So, anyways, Jody had brought up the Roe versus Wade thing. As you guys know, abortion has been extremely under fire. States all over the country changing their laws concerning abortion. And here's the thing. Okay, now you want to talk about the major issue. Of course, they're like, oh, it's women's choice and things like that, and you're hijacking the uterus. Again, my point stands in this, and it always has, and it always will. You want to be pro-choice? That's fine, but here's my issue. Why is it that the men have no choice in it then? Because if she decides to keep the kid, then we're on the hook for 18 years. You can call us a piece of shit for not wanting to have anything to do with the kid, but all of a sudden she has an abortion and all is forgiven. A one-night stand turns into an 18-year worth of payment, Or if she refuses to let you see the kid, she chooses to raise this kid on her own. I mean, seriously. And I say, well, where's the men's choice in this? And basically, it's if you have a penis, you have no opinion, and it's like, well, it doesn't make any sense. I said that's not right. I don't understand that. I don't understand that one bit. If you make the choice to keep the child and then raise it on your own, and you say the father has no parental rights, okay. Cor Mulder, the farming guy, that came over here on a visa and who didn't adhere to the terms of his visa, came over here on the false pretense visa, which he came, tried switching it over to a different visa, and basically news portrayed it as something it wasn't. And the news changed their story. It's funny how the news quickly changed their story after we brought shit to light. Yeah, the kids are back. The one that was already deported here, I believe he's back on a student visa. It's not that they couldn't come back. It's that the visa that they were here on wasn't the right visa. Core Mulder, in and of himself, can stay here. He just has to reapply every 2 years. Core Mulder never had to go anywhere, but the visa that he came over here said that his kids would have to go back at the age of 21. He did that to himself. You know, and that's the thing. He came over here on a particular visa, and his kids would have had to go back at 21. Him and his his wife at the time simply had to reapply every 2 years. No, Core would have never had to go back. Core could have stayed here the rest of his life, refilling out his paperwork every 2 years. And basically what he was trying to do was figure out a way. Oh, yeah! George W. Bush 43 is now following. So, yeah. Here's the issue, okay? When it comes to the Core Mulder case, all right? With the visa that he had set in place, and I did a video on this a while back ago on Facebook, where I had to admit I was wrong because I was duped. I was duped by something that I had seen on news, you know, and here it was a visa that he came over here instead of coming over here the normal way or under a regular, you know, coming under here. He found the fast track over here because he had money. You know, he had money coming over here, came over here to take up land opportunities and things like that, got into doing dairy farming. But the thing with the visas is if his kids who came here with him would have to go back at 21. Now, as you can see, they were able to come back here. They're going to be able to apply for citizenship and things like that. But they are subject to going through the visa process and citizenship process like everybody else. The thing is he's just trying to bypass the system. People were asking, why doesn't the president or Congress get involved in this? Well, simply because of the fact that what he's doing is against the law. I'm a doctor. What's happening? You know, and that's the shit part. That is the honest to God shit part about it. You know, and trying to set up an interview with this guy, it's like once he found out that I knew exactly what it entailed of his visa that the news wasn't reporting, he didn't want to talk to me. His neighbors reached out to me, and they're like, "Oh, we didn't know that about his visa." Here's the thing. Here's what people don't understand. Mainstream media, I don't care who it is. Fox, CNN, all your local news stations. It's all about ratings. Whatever's going to tug at the heartstrings of people to get the ratings. Fuck the truth. We need the ratings. You know, and when you put out the truth there, they're like, well, still, He's been here for 20. He doesn't have to go anywhere. It's like agreeing to a banknote. Okay? If you agree to a banknote and you choose not to make your payments and abide by it, guess what? They come take the car. You signed a contract 21 years ago with the federal government saying, okay, yeah, I want to come over here. At 21, my kids can fend for themselves. Maybe the smart thing would have been to do is have your kids go back over at 18, figure out a way for them to come over here legally to where they wouldn't have to be deported right away. Instead of waiting until last minute. Yeah, I mean, I was all set up to go down there. I was actually going to go to his farm and I was going to interview him. When got asked by his representative what questions I was going to ask, I said, I'm going to ask him the truth about his visa. And why he didn't tell the news to put the truth out about the visa. Had he been truthful about it, I may have had more sympathy about it. But the fact that the news put it out that he was on, and mind you, we did some dig. You know how you get that? For me, it was that gut feeling. It's like there's something not right here because I know tons of immigrant farmers. I grew up in a land or in an area where it was settled by a lot of Swedish farmers. Okay. And they have family members that come over that continue to come over here and start businesses and do whatever else. I was just like, something isn't right. So I'm on the phone. I got tech digging, and then I stopped at Tech's house because my internet was down. I stopped at Tech's house and I took over the command center. And then, only to find out that again, all the truth wasn't put out there. I was at home cleaning my carpets because Lolly was out of town. Okay. Again, found out that only part of the truth was put out there, not the whole truth. That the actual visa that he was here under, and I had to make a third video. 3 videos in a day concerning this issue. 3 videos. When I have to go back twice and say I've been duped because you don't want to put out the whole fucking truth, then we got an issue. Then we've got a serious issue. Then I've got an issue. I've got an issue of epic proportion is what I've got. I seriously have an issue of epic proportion. Okay. So when you want to talk about coming over here doing these things, okay, it's real simple. It's real simple. Tell the truth. Yeah, I fucked up. I need help figuring out a way around this. Then I would have gotten the Invasion Nation behind you to help you out. Had the truth been told the first time, even the second time, if the truth had been told the second time, I mean, yeah. Unfortunately, the state is full of ignorant, bleeding hearts. So many refuse to see the truth. Look at Omar. A bunch of morons still cheering her on. Ilhan Omar has a 9% approval rating in her district. It's not looking very good for Ilhan Omar. But she might get in. Damn, Gus, I wish I'd have known that. I'd have liked to gone there and done my thing. Yeah, it's extremely unfortunate in and of the fact, okay? It gets extremely unfortunate in and of the fact that you've got half truths being put out there. Tomater, what's happening? I don't think I've seen musky fisher yet this morning. Yeah, I think that's where I'd have been very upfront and loud about things. I that stuff just bothers me, and it just because of the fact that okay, I do have sympathy for certain situations. You know, like there's people who have been stuck here for 20 years waiting to get their citizenship. All right, that ain't right. Okay, the immigration system I know is fucked up. It is completely broken, like literally non-repairable. It is a non-repairable POS, and it needs to be taken offline and completely rebuilt. We need a new model. What do you mean? Sorry, didn't mean to open up a can of worms. It's an issue that we dealt with here. I opened the can of worms to begin with. Yeah, I don't know. That kind of stuff, you know, I know, and here's why, is because I know people who've waited 20 years to get their citizenship. I was in jail with a guy that because he was trying to change his status from refugee to citizen, that they imprisoned him. Obama imprisoned him. So that's that tends to be the issue. Boss lady remembers my whole video thing. Jeepers, I didn't know if I was ever gonna get the floors done that night. I sent Lolly out of town for the night so I could take a carpet shampooer to the floors, and boom. Hey. So if I do get this new van and it has Wi-Fi in it, I wonder if that means I can set up my cameras in there. Then y'all can ride with Redneck every day. Yeah. I the way it was portrayed to me is the fact that the government fucked up on his paperwork. Fucked up, and then all of a sudden his visa type came out. And it's like, you didn't even come over here the right way. You came over here on the money system. You came over here on a corporate visa. Yeah, y'all remember. I was pretty pissed off about it. That was what, about 4 months ago, something like that. Here's my favorite part. You know, yeah. I can actually possibly get payments cheaper than what I'm paying now. Almost $100 a month cheaper. Overall, we figured when I figured it all out, it's almost $1,000 a month cheaper to run this van. The only problem is getting financing on this van because my bank does not finance commercial vehicles, and this is considered a commercial vehicle because it is classed commercial. It will not be registered commercial, it'll be registered in my personal name. So, yeah. Oh. Going through, make sure I didn't miss any comments. Jerry remembers it too, remembers the video. Yeah. Here's my favorite part. Here's my favorite part about this, okay? Now, mind you, we were talking about a government, the immigration system is broken. Like, literally just, it's rusting, it's so broken. Okay? It's just junk. But you have a commercial account. Yeah, the thing is though is I'm an owner operator. I don't do things under a commercial account. I do everything under my private name, private account. Yeah. I don't know about that, Jerry. I'm definitely gonna. I don't know anything about it. I don't know. We can. Why don't we look? There's only one way to find out. We can look.
Oh, yeah!
Get a real job, you loser. I got a real job. Potential collision with vehicle or pedestrian in front of your vehicle. If it works for a human, I don't see why it wouldn't work with a deer. This is Ford's video on it.
Your Ford vehicle may have a feature designed to alert you if it senses a potential collision in front of you with a vehicle or pedestrian, and help to potentially reduce the severity or possibly prevent some frontal collisions. Let me explain. Pre-collision assist may help drivers avoid rear-end collisions with other vehicles, while pedestrian detection can help the driver avoid pedestrians crossing in front of them. The system uses radar and camera technology to scan the roadway ahead. If a collision risk with a vehicle or a pedestrian is detected, it provides a warning to the driver. If this happens, a red warning light will illuminate on your windshield, a warning chime will sound, and a warning message will appear in your information display. If you don't react and continue to get closer to the pedestrian or other vehicle after the alert, the system pre-charges the brakes and, if needed, can automatically apply full braking force, which may help reduce the severity or even eliminate certain frontal collisions. You can change the sensitivity of the warning system to one of 3 settings by using the 5-way control on your steering wheel. Scroll to Driver Assist, Pre-Collision, Alert Sensitivity, and then select High, Normal, or Low. A lower setting can send fewer warnings, while a higher setting will give earlier, more frequent warnings. Keep in mind, for the system to function properly, the radar sensor and camera must be clear of obstruction. If any obstruction is detected, a message will appear in the information display. Any questions? Go to owner.ford.com.
Huh. Look at that shit. I could definitely see that working with deer then. If it picks up a person, why wouldn't it pick up a deer? Deers. I was hoping this Get a Job, You Loser would get on here. I like that title. The main problem is since we have our system in the Western world, they never changed something. Every new president, cancer or whatever, is just thinking from election to election, not what's in 10 to 20 years. That's why they never work on something to modernize everything. The 21st century, everything is faster except our political system, and you were absolutely correct in that. I feel like I'm watching an ad. I googled it. That's directly from Ford. Yeah, I'm wondering about that, Shelly. I'd be kind of questioning that too. Um, Winter is bad with ice and road grime. Have to keep the front camera clean. Well, there we go. We got somebody who's got it. I don't know, Justin. I'm definitely going to ask a lot of questions about it because that seems to be that's kind of the main thing for me. It's just like they've got adaptive cruise control. Um, they've and I don't think any of these have it, but they've got adaptive cruise control technology, and I've talked to a few people that got it, and they absolutely love it because now instead of having to trying to figure out what speed the car in front of you is going, so say you're in a 60-mile-an-hour zone and somebody's doing right at 60 or they're doing 59, and it's like, all right, well, trying to hit that number right on the money so that way you're not running up on them or lagging way behind or whatever. Isn't it a shame the church tries to keep up with our modern time, but not politicians? All they care about is getting their paycheck and living in the best districts to be safe. Yeah, isn't that amazing? They were pointing that out, all these people that were talking about, how illegal immigrants are the backbones of their community, and they don't have any illegal immigrants in their community. These Congress people. You have a very good connection. I will call you on that. But only 3 settings. Wish they had a little longer lead time, but going through town, if you're following someone, you don't have to hit the brakes at all. Just keep behind the car, and the cruise stays with them. Yeah, but I don't think these actually have adaptive cruise control. I think it's simply just that collision assist or whatever it's called. No, because when Donald Trump actually targeted their areas, when Donald Trump targeted their areas, then all of a sudden we were dumping these people, and Donald Trump's like, you said they're the backbones of your communities, so we're just gonna bring them there. So thank you. That doesn't ever live in that voting district. Her dad has been quoted on it. Oh, Talib. Yeah, I don't know that she's gonna make it either. Here's the problem when you get up there and you start doing all the, I mean, look at what Donald Trump's doing for Michigan, and you're gonna criticize him. Donald Trump is forcing industries to move back into Detroit and things like that. He's pretty popular in Michigan right now. I don't think I would be pissing in his Cheerios. My favorite part's going to be they're going to get voted out, and then it's every America's racist. I don't know. I just honestly, I think politicians is making American companies come back to the U.S. so they can't fuck us anymore. And you were absolutely correct in that. Uh, and we should. I think Ilhan Omar. Okay, I think Ilhan Omar. I don't think she's ever had the privilege of staying in the worst parts of Minnesota. She's lived a pretty sheltered life. Someone just knocked the squad on their asses, please. Donald Trump does it all the time. And he does it in I mean, here's the thing. Again, everybody keeps asking me, why aren't you doing more on the presidential race? Because there's 23 candidates right now. Okay, 21 of them are not going to make it to the final race. B2 Crafts, good morning. Good to see you. 21 of them aren't going to make it, so why would I waste my breath? I represent the one candidate I am voting for, Donald Trump. I mean, Amy Klobuchar has wasted taxpayers' money for the last year and a half, or it'll be a year and a half of campaigning for the presidential race. And she's doing that on Minnesota taxpayers' money, but nobody wants to call that out. She's been traveling all over the country. What is she doing for her district? What is she doing from her district when she's out campaigning all across the United States? Nobody wants to say anything about that, though, right? Let's not say anything about that. I've asked the question, and I get no response. Good morning. Good to see you. What is shaking? I mean, realistically, Amy does not stand a chance in the presidential race. She does not stand a chance. What pisses me off is she knows she doesn't stand a chance, but she's willing to waste Minnesota taxpayers' money out there campaigning. That's the problem. That is the problem I have 100%. Oh, she's got campaign funds, but she's still collecting a paycheck as a Minnesota senator. Time to chase a white line. Have a good day, everyone. All right, Bubba, we'll catch you on the flip side. Keep the rubber on the pavement. Keep her between the ditches. Amy should have stuck in her lane and stuck with her education and fighting for education and things like that and education standards and, you know, And people respected her for that. She has lost a lot of respect out here on the presidential campaign trail. She lost my respect when members of the Invasion Nation who were in her district wrote her letters saying, listen, we are against the red flag law. And she says, and I quote, I am about gun safety and gun control. Despite what people think, I'm going to do what I think is best. That's not your job. Your job is to represent the people in your district and how they feel. The overwhelming mass majority of 92% of the people in your district did not agree with the red flag law. That means you go out and represent the people and you vote against them. That's how that works. Not what you decide is right. You are supposed to be the voice for the people which you represent. Not their dictator, not deciding what it's supposed to be in your mind. That's not how that works. And I think that's where a lot of politicians have gotten fucked up. I think that's where they've really gotten messed up, is the fact that they sit here and they think that, okay, we don't have to. We're here. We can do whatever we want. It's all about my propaganda. When you got something as serious as the gas tax and the red flag law, wouldn't it be something you would go into your district and put up for a vote? So you know which way to stand on this? I mean, if I was a politician here in the state of Minnesota, okay, that would be my thing. Something serious comes up, red flag laws up. I would be holding town hall meetings in all the little areas of my district. And I'd say, okay, this is what it entails. This is the truth. This is what it entails. This is why I support it or I'm against it. Okay? But this is up to you guys. I represent you. What do you want? Boss lady, according to my wife, chocolate is good for you all times of the day. I lost respect for Amy when she defended Hillary. So here's the thing. Me as a politician, that's where I would be standing at. I don't want people to feel like they're getting the lesser of two evils. I want people to feel like they're getting exactly what they voted for, their voice to be heard. Can I represent every small issue? Absolutely not. That's not possible. But when you got something as big as gas taxes, when you've got something as big as red flag law, when you got things as major issues, let's talk about the Department of Health and Human Services. Got a letter back from Amy Klobuchar, by the way, who is going to be digging into this. Guess how much Amy has dug into this? Not a fucking bit. Why? Because she's too busy trying to pretend like she's running for president. What a joke. What a joke, in my opinion. Most of these politicians are nothing but a joke. What are you doing to represent your people? That's what I want to know. What are you doing to represent your people? How do your people feel about this? How do the people in your district feel about this? Have you had town hall meetings and put it to a vote in each individual town hall and how they feel about it? Of course not. Everybody's not going to show up to a town hall meeting. But if they do, and you give them the opportunity to vote on major issues, watch a change in politics overnight. Be a trendsetter. Do something that you're supposed to be doing in the first place. In the false propaganda, it's like this. Ilhan Omar could do wonders on Congress. Okay, she doesn't like Israel. That's fine. That's okay. I mean, I don't like Germans. Sorry, travel buddy. Just throwing one out there. But anyways, it's okay not to like people. It's okay not to like people. You don't have to like the president. But to walk in your first week in Congress and say anything Donald Trump is for, I am against. It's just not right. And then you're going to continually put this out there and allow news media to put out, oh, it's a Muslim ban. It's not a Muslim ban. It's not a Muslim ban. Obama was enforcing this same ban before he went out of office. He's the one who made the list. His cabinet made the list. I mean, seriously, this is what I mean. This is what I don't understand. This is the ignorance of people. It's not that they're stupid. They just choose to be ignorant on these issues. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him to drink. You can point this stuff out. You can point this stuff out continually. I've been pointing this stuff out for years. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's not because I'm a Republican. It's not because I'm a Democrat. It's not because I think, I'm a constitutionalist. But when it comes to putting things out there the way that they're supposed to be done and the way that they were designed to be, okay, guess what? I call people out on their bullshit. And I get called out on my shit. And that's fine. And I answer for it. All right, Shelly. We will holler at you later. Justin, we'll catch you on the flip side. Peterson's supposed to be for the farmers in our area. Ask a farmer what they think of him. Yeah. And I guess I was, growing up in a farming community, we were always taught to be a Democrat. Democrats represented farmers. That's what I was always told. But show me the last time you've seen a Democrat farmer up there on Capitol Hill. It's just like New London. New London has a staunch socialist. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I forgot his name. Let me look it up here. New London literally has a staunch socialist on their board, which makes sense because, why not? Let's build a library in the only major parking lot that we have in town. Let's build a library that's open 2 days a week. Let me find it here. I will get you guys a name here quite quickly. I know I have it here. I know I have it. All right, boss lady, thank you.
Making them dirt road dollars.
Hold on, let me find. I know I've got it here. Jeepers. Been a while since I researched his ass. I meant to bring this up to you guys, but I think it came up as I was on the route. Oh. Eric Hattelstead is his name. Young guy. Eric Hattelstead. So, very, very, very open. Yeah, very open socialist on the New London City Council. Which is weird because I never really pictured New London being that way. New London has been a very much so self-sufficient town, and to have a socialist in there just doesn't make any sense. So, the main problem with our system is at the moment people don't have the time anymore to think about why. You hate life. You must hate life. You have to hate life. Gotta hate life. In my opinion, the main problem is our system at the moment. People don't give the time anymore to think about what's going on in our governments. If you want to survive and give your kids the best future, you work all day long. And who is working all day long doesn't want to think about the real problem in our system. The vicious cycle, and our government never want to change that because they will get their paycheck for doing bullshit time after time after time. And you're right. The thing is if you keep the masses occupied, all right? If you keep the masses occupied with shit like having to worry about pay their bills, having to worry about doing this and that, you have no idea what they're doing behind closed doors. You have no idea. I mean, seriously, think about it. If they've got you distracted because you're worried about paying your bills, and you're worried about being a 2-income household, and you're worried about doing all this stuff and keeping your car on the road, and the rising price of gas and things like that, you got no time to pay attention to what these asshats are doing. This has been my message for a long time. I don't think any politician up on Capitol Hill should be making any more than the average household income in their state. The median household income should be their income. Derek, good morning, brother. Unfortunately, I got to get off of here, but know this. This is where I stand as a politician, and they can put me on it. They can literally put me on this. They can put me to the test because I wouldn't care. If I ever had the money to run as a Minnesota politician, I absolutely would, just in and of the fact that I want to make a difference. Why? Of course, Redneck. Fuck you, your drums. They just need you to talk. Don't listen to shit. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, boy. Redneck, shut your mouth. Go pick your switch, boy. Go get your switch. You don't want to get a switch? Here, have some bagpipes. All right, Jerry. Yeah. So, with that being said, all right, MM, I appreciate you.
Making them dirt
Oh,
road
long term now. Let me get off here
dollars.
today.
Way out yonder, having them holler.
Oh, look at that. I didn't even realize they're doing the old benefits reward everybody else. MM, why? Chad, I hope you fall in the lake this weekend. Mm-hmm. I like them apples. Mm-hmm. 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 Derek has been working. I finally had to call Derek. I'm like, what happened to you? Are you dead? Are you dead? He's like, nah, man, just working my ass off, doing the blue collar grind. So the next lake from my house is a few miles away. Well, travel, I hope you fall in too. With your German piss water. Although I have talked to a few soldiers that have been stationed over in Germany, they're like, yeah, American beer is piss water compared to what's over in Germany. So he wasn't lying when he was saying that on stream. American beer is piss water compared to German beer. So, oh, anyways, I got to get off of here. I got to get shit done. Um, yeah. Love, peace, chicken grease. Oh, damn it, man. Now I'm on vacation this week in northern Minnesota. Did you get your camper back? And they finally get it fixed for you? I could drink your piss water all day long and not get drunk. You can't drink the moonshine all day long. Anyways, until then, y'all keep them cold, keep the bottoms up. Uh, make sure you stop by and check out Redneck Invasion on Facebook. If you're not in the Invasion Nation, get there. Angry Grizzly is now hosting my stream. Well, brother, I am sorry. Oh, you know what? Let's see who's on. Don't go anywhere. Hold on 1 second. Let's see who's on here really quick. We should raid somebody. Guess who's on? Our boy Australia. Let's go check him out. Make sure you get on the redneckinvasion.org and all right, MM, I appreciate you. This out there to you.
Making them dirt road dollars. Way out yonder, having them holler.
I think I'm spelling his name right. Derek, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Making them dirt road dollars.
I think I'm doing this right.
Yonder, having them holler.
Nope. Yeah, you'd think I'd have this down. It might help if I wasn't looking across the table here. There we go. All right, guys. Make sure you get in there, make some noise. Probably the politest guy on all of Twitch. I don't know what he's doing over there, but we'll figure it out when we get there. All right, here we go. You guys know what to do when we get in there. Make some noise.
Hello everyone, Redneck Invasion. I was just gonna raid you. Hello, how is everyone? People, Redneck Invasion is a great guy. Boss lady, Trucker Chad's wife. How are you?